Within us lies an unlimited power that often goes unnoticed. This energy never sleeps and never grows tired. It responds to the thoughts in our mind, the emotions in our heart, and the beliefs we carry within. The invisible dialogue between body and mind is a bridge that constantly operates. Hidden within that bridge is the key to health, renewal, and inner peace. What you are about to read is not only information, but also a gentle reminder of a timeless truth. You are not a prisoner of your body, but its guide. The true force that shapes, directs, and heals is already inside you. Every command you give your mind, whether you realize it or not, reaches your cells. Each word you speak, especially when infused with emotion, is not lost in the void, but recorded by the brain and transmitted to the entire body through electrical and chemical signals. In this way, your thoughts, feelings, and words become the invisible architects of your life. Many believe that illnesses are caused only by external factors. Yet, the real determinant lies in the repeated phrases and feelings inside us. Saying, "I get sick easily," is not an observation, but a biological command. The statement, "My digestion is weak," acts like an order of failure given to the stomach. But when you affirm with conviction, "My body follows the voice of health, it renews and adapts," you establish a new order within your physiology. The true miracle begins not outside, but within. If the body is an orchestra, the mind is its conductor. Every word you speak tunes the instruments or throws them out of harmony. Words of gratitude, trust, and peace direct your cells with the discipline of a trained army. The brain simply records. It does not judge. It does not interpret. It just writes down what is repeated. Over time, the phrases you've spoken become the foundation of your habits, reflexes, and personality. When someone says, "I am anxious," or "I am lazy," they often fail to realize that this is not destiny, but the result of years of repeated internal commands. The brain obeys what it is told. Imagine a person who constantly repeats, "Everything will go wrong." Eventually, worry and despair become normal in their life. But if that same person begins to affirm, "I am safe. My life flows in harmony," the nervous system slowly rewires itself. Thanks to the extraordinary ability of neuroplasticity, the brain reshapes itself through repetition. If you wake up saying, "Everything is difficult," your brain records it. Beginning work with the thought, "This is too heavy for me," triggers your nervous system to create a matching response. Every word and thought turns into a biological reality. Picture a woman who, as a teenager, constantly heard, "Life is hard, trust no one, always be on guard." Those words were not just heard, they were engraved into her brain. Later, when she struggles with fear or panic, it is no coincidence. Yet, if she begins to repeat with emotion, "I am safe," everything unfolds peacefully. The symptoms begin to ease within weeks, and over time, the old mental program dissolves. The unconscious mind does not question the command, it carries it out. That is why phrases like, "I am weak," or "I am unprotected," can even impact the immune system. Modern science has confirmed that long-term fear, hopelessness, and loneliness weaken immunity, while gratitude, trust, and joy strengthen it. Belief, therefore, is not merely a mental state, but a biological factor with tangible effects. Instead of repeating negative statements, imagine affirming, "My cells are filled with light. My immunity is strong. I am surrounded by a protective energy." When repeated consistently, such words create visible changes in the body. The subconscious takes these instructions seriously and applies them. Even the digestive system and gut microbiome follow the same principle. The trillions of bacteria, fungi, and microorganisms living inside us are influenced not only by what we eat, but also by the emotions and thoughts we carry while eating. When you chew a bite with the thought, "This will upset me," your autonomic nervous system is triggered even before the food reaches the stomach. But if you eat with the mindset, "This food nourishes me and brings healing," your body produces a completely different chemistry. A brief moment of gratitude before a meal is not just a spiritual ritual, but also a biological regulator. Take, for example, a young student who grew up hearing from his mother, "Your stomach is sensitive, everything affects you." Over time, he accepted it as his truth. Every meal was filled with anxiety, leading to digestive discomfort. Yet, by pausing for a few seconds before eating and affirming, "This food brings me health and energy, my digestion works perfectly," his gut microbiome began to adjust positively. His complaints soon decreased because even microorganisms respond to the emotional climate of the mind. The same rule applies to sleep. Many people go to bed with the weight of the day's worries, scrolling through social media or replaying their problems in their minds. But the subconscious does not sleep. It processes those thoughts and images all night. That is why, to wake up refreshed, one must be mindful of what is said before closing the eyes, repeating, "I'm falling into deep sleep, my body is renewing itself," becomes a biological program that lasts until morning. All these examples highlight one essential truth. Your body is not a separate authority, but a faithful companion that responds to your words. Your cells, organs, and systems carry out the instructions you give them. Whatever melody you play, your body sings along. Therefore, the responsibility to guide your thoughts, words, and emotions belongs to you. Never forget, your body is not your enemy, but your closest ally. It is not a broken machine to be fixed, but an instrument open to learning and guidance. What it needs is not repair, but the right instructions. Through your thoughts, words, and emotions, you can guide it every single day. Once this truth is understood, not only your health, but your entire life moves into harmony. Most people see the body as a burden, something independent that constantly creates difficulties. In reality, the body is a highly sensitive system that adapts to the instructions of the mind. The heart, lungs, digestion, immunity, and nervous networks are shaped not only by biology, but also by psychological messages. Every thought and emotion recorded by the brain leaves its mark on bodily functions. Anyone who wishes to live a healthy and balanced life must first transform the language of their mind. The autonomic nervous system is a clear example of this. It governs heartbeat, breathing, blood pressure, and digestion. Yet, despite its name, it is not completely independent. It responds to the emotions and thoughts we carry inside. Fear, anxiety, constant rush, or the sense of threat activate the sympathetic system. The heart races, muscles tense, digestion slows. In contrast, states of trust, gratitude, and peace activate the parasympathetic system. Breathing deepens, the heart rate balances, and immunity strengthens. In other words, the inner climate of a person determines the function of the body. The vagus nerve provides one of the clearest demonstrations of this connection. Extending from the brain to the heart, lungs, and abdominal organs, it serves as a bridge between mind and body. An anxious mind sends threat signals through this pathway, while a mind full of trust transmits calming messages. The relaxing effect of breathing exercises is also rooted here. For example, inhaling deeply through the nose to the count of 5 and exhaling through the mouth to the same count stimulates the vagus nerve. Within minutes, the nervous system calms, the heartbeat slows, and blood pressure decreases. Thus, Breathing is not only a life function, but also a powerful channel through which the mind communicates with the body. The immune system works under the same principle. Most people associate immunity only with vitamins, nutrition, or medication. Yet, the mental state is equally influential. Modern studies have shown that chronic anxiety, hopelessness, and loneliness weaken immune cells, while gratitude, trust, and hope strengthen them. These findings affirm what ancient wisdom has long taught, that thoughts and emotions deeply shape the body. You may have noticed it in your own life. When you believe strongly that you will fall ill, more often than not, you actually do. The subconscious mind interprets the thoughts we repeat as direct instructions. Imagine a student waking up on the morning of an exam thinking, "I'll definitely get sick today." It is not surprising if that day they experience nausea or a headache because the body tries to fulfill the mind's command. On the other hand, if the same student affirms, "My mind is clear, my body is strong," the nervous system and immunity begin to align with that statement. The digestive system demonstrates this effect very clearly. The gut, home to trillions of microorganisms, is influenced not only by what we eat, but also by the emotions we carry while eating. Sitting at the table with the worry, "This food will harm me," triggers alarm in the body even before the first bite. In contrast, starting a meal with the thought, "This food nourishes me," creates a completely different rhythm in the body. Thus, eating is both a biological and a psychological act. Sleep is another area where the mind's influence becomes evident. Many go to bed with fatigue and worry, and the subconscious continues to process these thoughts throughout the night. To wake up refreshed, one must carefully choose the words repeated before sleep. The affirmation, "I am falling into deep and peaceful sleep," becomes an instruction for the subconscious, improving sleep quality and revitalizing the body. Vital energy, too, follows the guidance of the mind. Suppressed, it weighs us down. Directed with awareness, it nourishes the body and balances emotions. Energy itself is neutral. Its effects depend on the mental direction it receives. The affirmation, "My energy heals me, it nourishes my cells," regulates inner flow, much like electricity, that can either illuminate a city or cause harm if misused. Inherited family patterns are also shaped by mental influence. Modern science calls this epigenetics, the idea that genes are not destiny. Environment, lifestyle, and above all, thoughts influence how genes express themselves. The belief, "It runs in my family, so I will have it too," becomes a silent contract at the cellular level. Yet the affirmation, "My story is renewed here, my body is refreshed," can initiate a new genetic expression. The musculoskeletal system is no exception. A person who constantly says, "Life is a heavy burden on my back," may eventually suffer real back pain, as these words act as biological commands. In contrast, affirmations like, "My spine is strong, my joints are flexible," relax muscles and improve posture. The body's boundary does not end at the skin. The heart generates an electromagnetic field that extends several feet outward, highly sensitive to emotions. Gratitude and peace create a strong, harmonious field, while fear and anger weaken it, saying, "I am surrounded by golden light. Only love reaches me." Before leaving home is not a mystical ritual, but a conscious choice of frequency. The concept of aging follows the same principle. Chronological age differs from biological age. Research shows chronic stress accelerates aging, while gratitude and calm preserve youth. The affirmation, "Every day I am renewed, every cell in me grows younger," can reset the rhythm of the biological clock. Even our living spaces are part of this process. A messy, neglected home sends the subconscious a message of heaviness, while the thought, "This home is filled with light," peace lives here, creates not only order, but also inner renewal. All these examples point to one truth. The language of the mind shapes the destiny of the body. Whatever melody you sing, your body will echo it. Doctors, medicines, and treatments are valuable, but their impact is amplified or diminished by the mindset you hold. The greatest healing lies within. Training your mind with the right words is the most precious gift you can offer your body. Saying, "I am strong, I am in harmony," gives the body positive instructions. At this point, emotions play a crucial role. The mind does not respond deeply to dry repetition. It reacts to words infused with feeling. A phrase spoken with love, gratitude, and trust leaves a lasting impact on the body. A mother's love while holding her child is not only an emotional bond, it triggers biological processes that strengthen the immune system. Likewise, anger and hatred are not only mental weights, but also biological burdens. Prolonged anger raises blood pressure, strains the heart, and disrupts digestion. Thus, emotions act like invisible medicines, shaping the body's chemistry. The body has an innate capacity to heal itself. A cut closing over time is the simplest example. But this capacity is not limited to physical wounds. It also activates when inner balance is disturbed. Many chronic conditions stem from long-held negative mental patterns. Anxiety, guilt, and feelings of worthlessness can leave imprints on the body. Yet when the language of the mind is consciously changed, the healing process begins. In this way, one can become their own inner doctor. It's important to understand that mental discipline is not gained overnight. Just as muscles require regular exercise to grow stronger, the mind requires consistent repetition to be reshaped. Speaking healing affirmations with emotion each morning and night gradually embeds them into the subconscious. Even if the effect is not noticeable at first, within weeks the body begins to shift. This process requires patience, as reprogramming a subconscious shaped by years of negativity takes time, but the results can transform an entire life. A symbolic example of this is found in Masaru Emoto's studies on water crystals. Water exposed to positive words forms symmetrical, beautiful crystals, while water exposed to negative words formed distorted shapes. Since the human body is mostly water, it is not difficult to imagine the effect words can have on our cells. A phrase spoken with love harmonizes our being, while a phrase spoken with hatred disrupts it. Daily life offers countless illustrations. Before an important meeting, saying, "I will definitely fail," increases the chance of failure. The body responds, hands tremble, the heart races, the mind clouds. But affirming, "My mind is clear, I trust myself," prepares the body for success. The same principle applies to health. Someone who constantly fears illness may weaken their immune system through this belief. A key point here is the subconscious mind's sense of time. It does not distinguish between past, present, or future. It records everything as now. Saying, "I will get sick," is received as, "I am sick now." Likewise, saying, "I am healing," is interpreted as, "I am healing right now." For this reason, affirmations are most powerful when stated in the present tense, not the future. Simple yet powerful practices can be applied. Looking into the mirror in the morning and saying with feeling, "Today I am healthy, peaceful, and full of energy," sets the tone for the day. Before sleep, repeating, "Tonight my body renews, my cells are repairing," imprints a strong program into the subconscious. When practiced regularly, these small habits create significant change. Another effective tool is visualization. The mind works with images. By closing your eyes and imagining yourself healthy, happy, and calm, the brain processes the image as if it were real. The nervous system generates matching chemistry. For example, a person with heart problems who visualizes their heart glowing with light, strong and balanced, gives their brain a positive command. Repeat it consistently. This image gently reprograms the body. Prayer and intention also work through the same mechanism. A heartfelt prayer is not only spiritual, but also biological. Gratitude-filled prayer stimulates the vagus nerve, calms the heart, and supports immunity. Thus, prayer or intention is a powerful tool for well-being, beyond spiritual practice alone. Cultural and social patterns also shape the body. A child repeatedly told, "You are not good enough, you are incapable," may internalize this voice as their own inner dialogue in adulthood. Over time, such inner negativity manifests as physical or emotional issues. This is why noticing and transforming one's inner voice is vital. Replace "I am a failure" with "I am learning and growing." Replace "I am weak" with "I am strong and resilient." These small shifts create profound transformations over time. Learning the language of the body is equally important. Pain, fatigue, or discomfort are messages, not enemies. A headache may be the body's way of saying, "Pause, rest, shift your thoughts." Digestive problems may be a call to release anxiety and digest life more easily. Listening to these signals and responding with care opens the door to healing. The creative power of the human mind is limitless. Throughout history, inventors, artists, and sages have used this power to achieve extraordinary things. The same power is available to heal the body. The only task is to use it consciously. Value your thoughts, words, and emotions. Choose them intentionally, for they are the deepest architects of your life. Every thought is like a seed. Sooner or later, it will sprout and bring results. What kind of seed you plant determines the harvest you will gather. But it's important to remember, this process is not a race, but a journey. There's no need to rush for instant results. Patience and consistency are the keys. Focusing each day on a little more gratitude, a little more peace, and a little more positive thinking creates lasting transformation. Within weeks, you begin to notice changes in your body and mind. You feel calmer, more energized, and healthier because your body starts playing the new melody that your mind is composing. In the end, the greatest power lies not outside, but within. External events and people do have influence, but the decisive factor is the language of your mind and the rhythm of your heart. Choosing health, peace, and happiness is within your control, and your body will respond to that choice. The inner potential we carry is often overlooked, like a hidden treasure. This potential is not limited to intellect or external achievements, but rests in the harmony between body and mind. Thoughts affect cells, emotions affect organs, and beliefs influence the entire system. This subtle interaction governs all aspects of life. Those who recognize it transform their lives. Those who ignore it remain bound by their own inner chains. Only a small fraction of the human mind is conscious. The vast remainder is subconscious. Stored there are beliefs, patterns inherited from family and social conditioning. These hidden programs largely shape our reactions, choices, and even health. To change one's life, these subconscious scripts must first be recognized and rewritten. The subconscious does not respond to logic, it responds to emotion. A phrase like, "I am strong," repeated mechanically, may have little effect, but spoken with deep feeling and belief, it becomes a powerful command. The brain has an extraordinary quality known as neuroplasticity. the ability to form new neural pathways and reshape old ones throughout life. This means destructive habits can be replaced with constructive ones. Anxiety can give way to confidence. Anger can be transformed into compassion. It requires patience and repetition, but over time, the inner software changes, and the body aligns with the new program. For example, someone who constantly repeats, "I am a failure," has embedded this belief deeply. As a result, they unconsciously sabotage new opportunities. Yet if the same person begins repeating, "I am learning, I am growing, and I am open to success," with heartfelt emotion every day, new connections form in the brain. The subconscious is reprogrammed, and behavior follows suit. Thoughts directly impact physiology. Worry activates the amygdala, triggering the stress response. The heart races, muscles tense, breathing becomes shallow. Prolonged exposure is harmful to the body. In contrast, gratitude and trust activate the prefrontal cortex, engaging the parasympathetic system, calming the heart, deepening the breath, and strengthening immunity. This is why beginning the day with affirmations like, "My energy is high, my cells are in harmony," sets a powerful tone. At night, repeating, "Every cell is renewing," places a healing command in the subconscious to work during sleep. The mind also operates through imagery. When you visualize yourself healthy, strong, and at peace, the nervous system reacts as if it were real, generating corresponding chemistry. Just as athletes visualize victory before competing, you too can align your body with images of health and balance. Prayer and intention work in a similar way. Words infused with gratitude calm the nervous system, regulate the heart, and reinforce immunity. Modern epigenetics shows that genes are not destiny. Chronic stress can activate harmful genetic expressions, while gratitude and inner peace can activate healing ones. Your genetic expression is shaped not only by inheritance, but also by your emotional and mental climate. What you nurture in thought, belief, and feeling becomes the path your body follows. If you want to transform your life, begin by transforming your language. Notice your inner voice and the phrases you use. Instead of saying, "I am a failure," say, "I am learning and growing." Replace "I am weak" with "I am strong and resilient." These small shifts create profound transformation over time. Life energy follows the same principle. When suppressed, it becomes stagnant. When scattered, it is wasted. But when directed with awareness, it nourishes the body and balances the spirit. Energy itself is neutral. Your mind gives it direction. Repeating with feeling, "My energy nourishes my cells and heals my body," regulates your inner flow. In this way, your life energy begins to serve your healing. Ultimately, the greatest power lies within you. External conditions, people, and events play a role, but the decisive factor is the language of your mind and the tone of your heart. Health, peace, and happiness are choices, and your body will follow those choices. Remember, your body is not an enemy, but a loyal friend. It is not a broken machine, but an instrument open to learning. What it needs is not repair, but the right instruction. Through your thoughts and feelings, you can give it new direction every day. With this awareness, not only your health, but your entire life falls into harmony. Eating is not simply about satisfying hunger or keeping the body alive. Every bite carries not only physical nourishment, but also energy and emotion. The digestive system is therefore more than a biological process. It is also a mental and spiritual experience. How a person approaches the table, what thoughts they hold, and with what intention they chew determine the value of the food that reaches the stomach. Digestion begins long before the first bite. The thought that appears in your mind when food is placed before you shapes your body's response. If you eat with doubt, guilt, or fear, Your body shifts into alarm mode, the stomach tightens, and digestion slows. Yet if you approach the same meal with gratitude, joy, and calm, your system relaxes, enzymes are released, and food turns into nourishment. That is why eating should be treated like a ritual. Swallowing food in haste or distraction burdens the body, but chewing each bite with awareness transforms it into healing. Every thought during chewing alters the body's chemistry. Saying, "This meal will upset me," makes digestion difficult before it begins, while affirming, "This food gives me health and energy," sends a healing signal to the body. Throughout history, wise teachers emphasize the importance of gratitude or prayer before meals. This is not only a spiritual practice, but also a biological regulator. Gratitude calms the nervous system, strengthens immunity, and supports digestion. Even a brief moment of thankfulness at the table changes how food is received by the body. What modern science calls the placebo effect is in truth a reflection of this reality. People live what they believe, and food taken with the intention of healing truly becomes healing. The experience of a nurse illustrates this. Despite eating healthily, she struggled with constipation for years. The reason was not her food, but the way she consumed it, always in a rush, mindlessly, as if it were a duty. The suggestion given to her was simple. Dedicate at least 10 minutes to each meal. Chew slowly and silently repeat with each bite, "This food is renewing my body." Within weeks, her digestion improved. What changed was not the food, but her mental approach. The digestive system mirrors the state of the mind. The way you perceive life reflects in how your stomach responds to food. A restless and anxious person often suffers from stomach issues. "I can't stomach this" is not just a metaphor. It manifests physically. On the other hand, holding the thought, "Life flows with harmony, everything is digested with ease," creates both mental and physical relief. At this point, the act of chewing becomes even more significant. Chewing is not merely a mechanical breakdown. It is the moment when thought, emotion, and intention merge with food. To chew with patience and awareness is to turn food into a gift. Unconscious swallowing burdens the body, but mindful chewing transforms food into light. The human digestive system is like a laboratory. The stomach initiates reactions, the intestines absorb nutrients, and the liver and pancreas provide vital support. Yet, the true conductor of this laboratory is the mind. Whatever tone the mind sets, the digestive system follows. When it is fed with worry, it produces discomfort. When it is fed with gratitude, it produces healing. This is why even a few seconds of deep breathing and a silent word of thanks before eating can transform the course of digestion. A young man experienced this shift directly. Having grown up hearing the phrase, "This food will upset you," he suffered from bloating during nearly every meal. The advice he received was simple. Before eating, imagine his stomach as a garden filled with light, and each bite as a healthy seed being planted. Within a short time, his symptoms diminished because his subconscious had been given a new instruction. The words we use during digestion are just as important as the quality of the food itself. Saying, "This food will harm me," is an instruction to the stomach. Likewise, saying, "This food brings me health," is also a command. The cells do not distinguish between these messages, they simply follow them. That is why speaking positively about food directly influences the body's function. Digestion is also a reflection of one's general attitude toward life. People who rush through life, always chasing something, rarely living in the present, often struggle with digestive issues. The body cannot keep up with the mind's pace. Slowing down, breathing deeply, and chewing consciously improve not only digestion but the entire flow of life. Throughout history, prophets and wise teachers blessed food or began meals with prayers. This was not only a spiritual ritual, but also a biological principle. Such practices imbue food with a positive vibration and send the subconscious a message of safety. As a result, food nourishes both the body and the soul. Today, modern science also acknowledges that intention toward food influences digestion and immunity. Digestion is not merely a physical process, but also a spiritual purification. Every bite is a choice. A bite taken with gratitude, peace, and kindness becomes light within the body. A bite taken with guilt, fear, or anger burdens the body. This is why it is important to ask yourself before each meal, with what feeling am I receiving this food? If the answer is peace, then that meal becomes healing. Positive affirmations directed toward the digestive system can bring significant changes in a short time. For instance, repeating before a meal, "My body digests this food with ease. Every bite brings me health," is not just a mental exercise, but also a biological signal. The subconscious takes this as a command and aligns the digestive system accordingly. Food nourishes not only the body, but also the mind. The majority of serotonin, often called the happiness hormone, is produced in the gut. Therefore, when the digestive system is balanced, the mood also stabilizes. This is why the gut is often referred to as the second brain. Even the microorganisms living there respond to our thoughts and emotions. Positive feelings support the growth of beneficial bacteria, while negative emotions create space for harmful ones. A person who develops awareness in digestion often experiences transformation in other areas of life as well. The way we eat mirrors the way we live. Meals eaten in haste reflect a hurried life, while meals eaten with gratitude reflect a peaceful one. Remember, the body feeds not only on food, but also on thoughts. A dining table is not only a place to fill the stomach, but also a place to nourish the soul. The dialogue you establish with your digestive system determines the quality of your life. Choose to say, "This meal nourished my stomach," instead of, "This food felt heavy." Say, "My body adapts easily," instead of, "I feel uncomfortable again." These simple shifts gradually transform the entire functioning of the Kammater, and verlieblik dat aan digestive system. In the end, digestion is not solely about biology. Thoughts, emotions, and beliefs have profound effects on the body. Someone who treats eating as a sacred act nourishes not only the body but also the spirit, and experiences greater strength, balance, and vitality in all aspects of life. The greatest secret in one's journey is realizing the deep influence of mind and spirit over the body. Many people believe illnesses arise only from external causes, microbes, accidents, genetics. While these factors play a role, the inner world is ultimately decisive. The body accepts every message from the mind as an instruction. Living for years in worry, anger, or guilt imprints these emotions into the memory of the cells. Over time, organs grow tired, systems become strained, and illness can arise. A truth long overlooked by modern medicine is now revealed by the science of psychoneuroimmunology. Research clearly shows that thoughts and emotions have a direct impact on the immune system. For instance, those who live under prolonged stress experience a sharp decline in immune function, while those who live in peace, trust, and love maintain stronger immunity. This is not just a spiritual comfort, but a biological reality. The subconscious plays a major role in the development of illness. From childhood, it records words and beliefs that shape health. Someone who constantly hears, "You are weak, you will get sick," may often fall ill as an adult because such words are written into the subconscious like commands. In contrast, a child who hears, "You are strong, you are healthy," grows up with greater resilience. Thus, the foundation of health lies not only in genetics, but also in mental programming. Healing begins by transforming these inner programs. Whatever is repeated often enough, the subconscious accepts as reality. Phrases like, "I am healing," "My body is working in harmony," "Every cell is opening to wellness," may seem like mere words at first, but over time they reach the subconscious, influence the cells, and initiate change. Changing how one perceives illness is also vital. Many view it as an enemy to fight, yet illness is a message from the body. Something in your life needs attention. Those who understand this message adapt, transform their mindset, and open to healing. Those who ignore it make the condition worse. Illness should be seen not as an adversary, but as a teacher. Throughout history, many wise healers recognized this. Hippocrates said, "First heal the soul, then the body." Eastern medicine has long acknowledged the mental and emotional roots of illness. Today, modern medicine also recognizes the role of stress, anger, and despair in conditions ranging from heart disease to cancer. For example, chronic anger is linked to higher rates of cardiovascular disease because anger triggers continuous adrenaline release, straining the heart and blood vessels. Long-term fear weakens immunity, while trust and gratitude enhance the release of healing chemicals like serotonin and oxytocin. The most crucial step is for individuals to take an active role in their healing. Doctors and medicine are necessary, but the true power lies within. When a patient says, "I will heal," the body receives this command. When they say, "I am weak, I am helpless," the immune system weakens. Everyone must participate in their own healing journey. Visualization is another powerful tool. By closing the eyes and imagining the body filled with light and the organs working in harmony, the brain accepts this image as reality and releases supportive chemicals. Similarly, prayer, intention, and gratitude shift the body's chemistry toward balance. Epigenetic studies even show that our thoughts can influence how our genes express themselves. Healing does not happen overnight. It requires patience and consistency. Just as years of negative thinking wear down the body, rebuilding it with positive thoughts takes time. But small daily practices create profound transformation. Meeting illness with the question, "What is this trying to teach me?" opens the door to healing. Sometimes the body simply needs rest, the mind needs to let go of burdens, or the heart must learn forgiveness. Illness becomes a mirror, reflecting what must be addressed. Those who dare to look into this mirror heal not only their body, but also their soul. Illness is never a punishment. It is a signal, a message, an invitation. When we acknowledge it and transform our lives, the illness completes its role and fades. Healing is not a gift from outside, but a reality awakened within. With love, peace, and positive thought, the body's miraculous power to restore itself comes alive. Each morning when you wake up saying, "Today I can breathe, my eyes can see, my heart is beating," is not only a source of spiritual peace, but also the beginning of a biological healing process. Gratitude activates the parasympathetic nervous system, balances the heart, and strengthens the immune system. Practiced regularly, gratitude reshapes the mental program of a person. Instead of focusing on lack, one begins to see abundance. Instead of insufficiency, a sense of sufficiency grows. This shift nourishes both body and soul. When the subconscious receives the message, "Life gives to me, and I receive," the body moves into healing mode. In contrast, the message, "I have nothing, everything is bad," triggers defense mode. This is why gratitude is one of the simplest, yet most powerful keys to health. Another concept that reveals the power of the mind is intention. Intention is the energy behind every word and action. The same words spoken with different intentions create different outcomes. For instance, saying "get well" without sincerity has little effect, but when said with love and faith, the subconscious registers it deeply. In our own lives, intentions shape the results of our actions. Actions taken in fear tense the body, while actions taken in trust relax it. The influence of intention has also been observed in studies with plants and water. Plants exposed to positive words thrive, while those exposed to negative words weaken. Considering that the human body is largely composed of water, the effect of intention on our cells becomes clear. Therefore, consciously choosing our intentions directly affects our health. The mind not only carries the weight of the past, but also the anxieties of the future. Constantly fearing something bad will happen sends danger signals to the subconscious, keeping the body on high alert. In contrast, affirmations like, "The future brings me goodness, I am safe," provide strong positive suggestions. Repeated regularly, they bring both mental and physical relief. You can try a simple practice in your own life. For 1 week, repeat the following sentence every morning and evening. My body is in harmony. My mind is at peace. My heart beats with trust. After a week, you may notice your breath deepening, your heart calming, and your spirit feeling more at ease. The subconscious accepts these words as commands and aligns the body accordingly. In the face of life's challenges, the greatest strength of a human being lies in the ability to consciously choose thoughts and emotions. We cannot control the outside world, but we can choose our response to it. This choice determines our health and happiness. Saying, "I am finished," collapses the body, while saying, "I will emerge stronger from this situation," empowers it. On the inner journey, patience is one of the most essential virtues. Changing the programs of the mind takes time. A subconscious trained for years with negative words cannot transform in just a few days. Yet with patience and consistent practice, transformation is inevitable. Patience is the key that unlocks healing. Remember, every person is the architect of their own inner world. Our thoughts are the bricks, our emotions, the mortar, and our beliefs, the foundation. Whatever kind of building we construct with these materials is the kind of life we will live inside. If the building is dark and fragile, life will reflect that. If the building is bright and solid, life will be strong and balanced. In conclusion, there is an unbreakable connection between the human mind and body. Those who consciously guide this connection turn their lives into a state of healing and peace. The words we use, the intentions we set, the emotions we choose, and the small steps we take each day all combine to shape the quality of our lives. Health, happiness, and balance are choices within our reach, and the body always follows these choices. If a person fills their mind daily with negative news, violent images, or conversations filled with despair, unrest accumulates in both the soul and the body. On the other hand, thoughts filled with hope, gratitude, love, and trust illuminate the entire being. Just as spoiled food harms the body, toxic thoughts harm the mind and soul. Likewise, while nutritious food strengthens the body, healthy thoughts strengthen the mind and spirit. A fundamental way to nourish the mind is by transforming our internal dialogue. We all talk to ourselves throughout the day. What matters is the tone of this conversation. If the inner voice constantly criticizes, blames, or instills fear, the subconscious records it as a destructive program. But if the voice is supportive, encouraging, and instills confidence, it becomes a healing program. Saying, "I am learning and growing," instead of I am inadequate, sends a powerful command to the subconscious. Another dimension of mental nourishment is choosing your environment. Spending time with people who constantly complain, are pessimistic, or hopeless transfers the same energy to us unconsciously. On the contrary, being around hopeful, constructive, and loving individuals nourishes the mind. Therefore, consciously choosing our surroundings is a cornerstone of mental health. Emotions are an integral part of this nourishment. Many people have learned to suppress their emotions, being told not to cry, be angry, or be afraid, as children often leads to hiding feelings as adults. Suppressed emotions accumulate in the body over time, negatively affecting health. Anger strains the stomach, fear the kidneys, and guilt the shoulders. Recognizing, expressing, and transforming emotions is vital. Anger can transform into determination, fear into courage, and guilt into responsibility. Meditation is a powerful tool in this process. Meditation is not about silencing the mind, but noticing thoughts and emotions and observing their transitory nature. Regular practice teaches mastery over the mind, allowing conscious guidance over thoughts and feelings. This promotes not only spiritual peace but also physical balance. The parasympathetic nervous system activates, heart rate slows, breath deepens, and immunity strengthens. Breathing exercises support mental and physical balance. Breath acts as a bridge between mind and body. When anxious, breathing accelerates. When calm, it deepens. Consciously altering breath transforms the mind and emotions. Slow, deep breaths send a message of safety to the brain and relax the body. Imagination is another critical aspect of mental nourishment. Humans experience what they imagine. Constantly envisioning disasters can manifest them in life. Conversely, feeding the mind with hope, beauty, and goodness invites these energies into life. Visualizing oneself healthy, happy, and peaceful sends a strong suggestion to the subconscious. Art is also a powerful tool for mental and spiritual nourishment. Music, painting, literature, and dance. These nourish the soul, illuminate the mind, and relax the body. Spending time in nature has the same effect. Walking in a forest, sitting by the sea, or gazing at the sky nourishes both mind and spirit. Nature reminds us of our inner harmony. The silence of trees, the melody of birds, and the touch of the wind convey the message. You are part of this whole. Engaging with nature helps restore balance and strengthens mental and spiritual nourishment. Today, people often live surrounded by artificial environments, concrete buildings, noisy streets, screens, and artificial lights. These surroundings exhaust the spirit and scatter the mind. Therefore, consciously connecting with nature is essential for healing. Even a few minutes a day spent walking barefoot on the earth, gazing at the sky, or listening to birds nourishes the soul and rejuvenates the body. The common goal of all these practices is to nourish the inner world and program the subconscious with positive signals. The body follows the instructions of the mind. A mind nourished with positive thoughts, gratitude, love, trust, and hope brings health and balance to the body. Conversely, a mind fed by fear, anger, despair, and guilt can cause illness. We can apply this principle in every aspect of life. The first thought upon waking sets the tone for the day. Saying, "Today will be hard," sends a negative message to the subconscious. Saying, "Today will bring opportunities," programs it positively. Similarly, how we end the day matters. Instead of, "I am exhausted today," saying, "I am grateful for today. My body renews itself tonight," programs the subconscious with healing energy. Humans are nourished not only by food, but also by thoughts, emotions, words, intentions, and the energies they receive from their environment. Enhancing the quality of this nourishment improves the quality of life. Transform your inner dialogue. Choose your environment consciously. Notice your emotions, balance your breath, use imagination with hope, and dedicate time to art and nature. This ensures mind, body, and soul work harmoniously, turning life into a path of healing. To understand human existence, it is not enough to focus solely on the body or mind. The body mirrors the mind, and the mind reflects the soul. Without recognizing this trinity, true power cannot be realized. Many people limit their lives to what is visible, but the unseen is as real as the seen. Thoughts, though invisible, shape our lives. Emotions, though unseen, leave traces in the body. Exploring the inner world is essential to navigating the outer world. Achieving spiritual balance begins with listening to our inner voice. Countless thoughts pass through the mind each day. Ignoring them allows the subconscious to be programmed unconsciously. Every internal sentence becomes a message to the subconscious. Saying, "I am unlucky," leads the subconscious to treat it as reality. Saying, "I am valuable," sends a supportive command. Self-respect plays a major role. Those who lack self-value are easily affected by negative external influences, while those with self-respect withstand criticism. Self-respect is the foundation of inner strength. Being kind to ourselves and shaping inner dialogue with love is crucial for both mental and physical well-being. Mindfulness is another path to discovering inner power. Mindfulness is being awake in the present moment, fully experiencing now rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Most of the time, the mind drifts to past events or imagines the future, missing the power of the present. Awareness of the present brings spiritual peace and bodily balance. Even a few minutes a day spent focusing on breath, sensing the body, or noticing the surroundings strengthens mindfulness. Acceptance is also crucial on the inner journey. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It means observing reality as it is without resistance. Resistance exhausts both body and spirit. Saying, "This shouldn't have happened," denies reality, whereas, "This happened. What can I do now?" liberates the spirit and calms the mind. Acceptance allows trust in life's flow, balancing the body and supporting healing. Imagination is a powerful tool for unlocking inner strength. Imagining is not just for children, it programs the subconscious. Visualizing oneself healthy, happy, and successful leads the subconscious to accept it as real. Feed this image with your emotions. Feel the trust in your heart and the lightness in your body. When practiced regularly, your subconscious records this new program. Over time, your actions, habits, and even your body align with it. One of the most important steps on the inner journey is discovering love. Love is not merely a romantic feeling. It is a universal force. Eyes that see with love perceive the world differently. Words spoken with love heal. Hearts that live with love restore the body. Research shows that love strengthens the immune system, protects the heart, and balances hormones. Love sends the body the message, "You are safe," harmonizing the entire system. Love must begin with oneself. One who does not love themselves cannot fully love others. Approaching oneself with love, forgiving mistakes, and accepting imperfections liberates the soul. A person who loves themselves experiences inner peace and radiates love outward. Self-love is not selfish. It is the first step toward universal love. Another path to spiritual balance is service. Living only for oneself creates inner emptiness. Helping others nourishes the soul and sends the subconscious the message, I am valuable, I am useful. This strengthens the spirit and heals the body. Even small acts of kindness have a profound effect. Finding meaning in life is a cornerstone of healing. A sense of meaning supports the soul, balances the mind, and heals the body. Meaning varies for each person. For some, it is art. For others, family, service, or faith. The important thing is to discover what gives your life purpose. The inner journey is an ongoing exploration. Self-respect, mindfulness, acceptance, imagination, love, service, and meaning. Each is a step toward healing. As we climb these steps, not only the body but also the soul heals, enabling a more conscious, balanced, and peaceful life. Inner peace benefits not just the individual, but society as well. Every person radiates energy to their surroundings. Living in constant anger, fear, or despair affects family, friends, and the broader community. Conversely, those who live with love, gratitude, and trust spread hope and peace. Hence, the inner healing journey is also a societal responsibility. Throughout history, strong leaders and societies have excelled through inner balance. Leaders with self-confidence and inner peace inspire trust. Leaders consumed by fear and anxiety transmit these emotions to society. Similarly, parents' inner peace influences children's development, and the stability of teachers, doctors, and other professionals impacts those around them. Love and solidarity are crucial for social harmony. Love strengthens the invisible bonds between people. Differences in beliefs, thoughts, or lifestyles can find common ground through love. Love is not only emotional but also biological. It strengthens the heart, boosts immunity, and extends life. Feeling loved triggers healing hormones such as oxytocin, endorphins, and serotonin. Gratitude also transforms collective energy. A grateful individual attracts abundance. A grateful society prioritizes sharing over scarcity. Gratitude is not only a source of personal peace, but a foundation for societal harmony. Gratitude encourages generosity and collaboration, replacing envy and ambition with solidarity. Solidarity is both material and spiritual strength. In challenging times, support ensures survival and resilience. The message, "You are not alone, I am here," provides security and empowerment. Another societal effect of inner healing is communication. Balanced individuals communicate effectively, while anger and fear harm relationships. Calm and constructive speech resolves conflicts before they escalate, fostering both personal and social peace. A society filled with hopeful, constructive, and loving words becomes more resilient and peaceful. Every individual's language contributes to the collective healing. Another cornerstone of societal peace is justice. When people feel they are treated fairly, they experience inner calm. Injustice, however, wounds the soul, strains the body, and drives society toward chaos. Justice is thus not only a legal necessity, but a spiritual one. When individuals act justly in their lives, they contribute to societal harmony. Inner justice begins with self-fairness. Constant self-criticism, judgment, or blame harms the soul. Forgiving mistakes, accepting shortcomings, and treating oneself fairly create inner balance. Therefore, the foundation of social justice lies in the justice we cultivate within ourselves. Service also plays a crucial role in societal peace. Every act of kindness benefits not only the recipient but also the giver. Service sends the subconscious the message, I am valuable, I am useful. This message strengthens the spirit and heals the body. Cultivating a culture of service enhances solidarity, multiplies love, and deepens peace in society. There is a strong parallel between individuals' inner journeys and the development of society. As people evolve, society evolves. The inner peace of each individual forms the foundation of collective peace. Therefore, inner healing is both a personal and a societal responsibility. History shows that strong leaders in societies thrive through inner balance. A leader with inner peace inspires trust, while one consumed by fear and anxiety transmits negativity to society. Likewise, parents' inner calm directly affects children's emotional development. Teachers, doctors, and professionals who maintain balance positively influence those around them. Love and solidarity are key pillars of social harmony. Love strengthens invisible bonds between people. Differences in beliefs or opinions can find common ground through love. Love is not only emotional but biological. It boosts immunity, protects the heart, and extends life. Feeling loved triggers healing hormones, oxytocin, endorphins, and serotonin. Gratitude also transforms social energy. Grateful individuals attract abundance. Grateful societies strengthen sharing. Gratitude fosters cooperation and trust instead of envy and competition. Solidarity is not just material aid, it is spiritual strength. When people support each other in challenging times, survival and resilience increase. Inner healing manifests in communication as well. Balanced individuals communicate calmly and constructively, while anger and fear create tension. Gentle and mindful communication resolves conflicts before they escalate, reinforcing societal peace. Children model the behaviors of their parents more than their words. Children raised with love, trust, and encouragement grow into balanced individuals. Negative words that imprint destructive programs in the subconscious affect future generations. Therefore, investing in our inner journey provides the most valuable legacy for both society and the next generations. Other legacies include meaning, love, wisdom, and a culture of peace. Individuals who find purpose in life are more resilient in facing challenges. Children raised with love are likely to pass love to their own children. Wisdom, gained through experience, is a treasure passed down through generations. A culture of peace prevents fear and mistrust from being ingrained in the subconscious of children growing up in conflict or war zones. Those who grow up in a peaceful environment develop subconscious programs of trust and love. Therefore, peace is not only a necessity for today, but also for the future. One's inner journey is never limited to personal transformation. Each change echoes into future generations. From epigenetic inheritance to cultural patterns, emotional habits, and life purpose, everything we carry within passes to our children. Nurturing our inner journey is thus the most important step for the generations to come. An often overlooked aspect of life is our environment. Our homes, rooms, objects, and even colors directly influence our mental and physical well-being. Many see the home merely as a shelter, yet it is like a second skin. Just as our body protects us from the external world, our home shields our spirit from negativity. The energy of our home reflects the energy we cultivate inside it. A cluttered, dark, and neglected space creates inner confusion, while a clean, orderly, bright, and peaceful environment clarifies the mind. Therefore, arranging our living space is both an aesthetic and spiritual necessity. A messy kitchen or scattered objects creates unrest, while a tidy kitchen brings order and calm. Piles of items or broken furniture in the bedroom disrupt sleep, as the subconscious records everything seen and influences mental and emotional states. A home should be treated like a temple, it requires care just like our body. Dusting, opening windows, and removing unnecessary items are not just physical acts, but also energetic cleansing. Negative memories attached to objects weigh on the spirit. Many cultures understand home cleaning as spiritual purification, not only hygiene, such as the pre-holiday cleanings in Anatolia or removing old objects in Asian traditions. Words used in the home influence its energy. Constant arguments or negativity weigh down the space, while loving and constructive words raise it. Music, movies, and thoughts further shape a home's energy. Gloomy films create heaviness, whereas music filled with hope and peace sends positive messages to the subconscious. Colors and scents are equally important. Dark, closed colors nurture inner darkness, while bright, vibrant colors invigorate the soul. Blue brings calm, green balance, and yellow joy. Scents also affect the mind. Lavender calms, sage purifies, and rose elevates love. Incense has historically been used for energetic cleansing. The relationship with our home is reciprocal. Treat it with care and love, and it will return peace and safety. Neglect it, and it reflects unrest. Removing unnecessary items, releasing old energies, and adding new colors, scents, and arrangements brings fresh energy for the future. Small rituals in the home send messages to the subconscious. Opening windows in the morning signals a new day, dimming lights in the evening signals rest, and expressing gratitude while cooking changes the energy of meals. Mirrors influence the subconscious. Words spoken to oneself are absorbed by the soul. You are strong, full of life, heals, while negative words harm the body. The home affects not only its residents, but also visitors. Some homes feel peaceful, others confining. This reflects the emotional energy of the occupants. By incorporating order, gratitude, love, and small rituals, a home becomes a sanctuary. Transforming your home is transforming your inner self. Removing unnecessary items, adding colors, scents, and rituals nourishes the soul and generates new energy for the future. A small corner dedicated to meditation, prayer, or gratitude turns a home into a sanctuary that nurtures both body and spirit. Ultimately, our home mirrors ourselves. How we care for it reflects how we experience life. A person who cares for their home also cares for their life. Raising the energy of your home raises the energy of your soul. When you transform your home with love, your life transforms with love. The inner journey may often go unnoticed, yet it shapes life at the deepest levels. Every organ, every cell, and every system in our body seems to operate independently, but in reality, they are all connected to the center of our consciousness. Every thought, belief, and emotion from this center sends a directive to our biology. Most people live unaware of this. The busyness, fears, and habits of daily life cloud the mind. True power, however, always lies within. Recognizing and taking command of this power is one of the greatest acts of self-kindness. Our inner center is like a throne. Whoever sits there determines the flow of life. Many leave it empty, allowing fear, anger, or past disappointments to occupy it. Consequently, the body receives wrong signals, leading to illness, unrest, or pessimism. When we sit upon our inner throne, life takes on a new rhythm. Previous lessons from the brain and nervous system to immunity and organs were preparing us for this realization. You are the ruler. Your body is your servant, organs your soldiers, and cells your aides. Your words, emotions, and intentions guide them. This awareness is the beginning of true authority over one's life. Inner authority is not arrogance. It is wise leadership. Directing with love, Treating organs as loyal allies and cells as partners fosters harmony. Consistency is crucial. When words, emotions, and intentions align, the subconscious manifests this energy into reality. Reclaiming inner authority naturally sparks transformation and healing. Sitting on your inner throne changes perception. Challenges become opportunities for growth rather than threats. Inner authority grants a calm confidence. Every aspect of life is now consciously directed. Words, thoughts, and emotions become law. Outside forces can no longer dictate your path. True power is within. A real example: a woman had been raised with, "You can't do it, you are weak." One day, she looked in the mirror and said, "I am taking this throne now. I am strong." From that moment, her life transformed. She became braver at work, clearer in relationships, and experienced fewer physical complaints. She had claimed her inner throne. Maintaining inner authority is a daily practice. Morning affirmations like, "Today I am on my throne. Everything aligns with my word," reinforce consciousness and align bodily systems. Cells, hormones, and neural pathways respond to this command. Inner authority, combined with humility, connects to a universal power always present, but consciously harnessed when recognized. The body is not the enemy. It is a loyal companion. Guide it with love. When you say, "I am tired, sick, weak," the body records this. When you affirm, "I am strong, healing, and healthy," it records this too. Whatever you choose becomes your reality. These teachings aim to help you claim your inner throne. Words from the heart merge with universal laws and shape your life. Today, affirm, "I am on my inner throne. My body, mind, and soul act in harmony with my word. I am the center of health, peace, and balance." This affirmation is a key to rewriting your life. The throne is yours, and once seated, no force can topple you.